All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 25 stream here on Twitch. I'm NextJGGen24, and today we're going to be focusing on trying to get as much of this New Jersey-based lineup superfractored as possible. So yesterday, you guys, we wrapped up the Captain Blizzard final drop program. We even had a game yesterday against Dodger, which was very competitive. But once that was all said and done, I still had an hour to go, so I decided to go ahead and try and get some parallel XP for my all New Jersey lineup. And what I mean by that is that the requirement for this lineup is that these players must be born in New Jersey. So you can see here Andrew Fisher, born in New Jersey, Mike Trout, obviously he's from New Jersey, Derek Jeter, same thing, Davis Schneider. The only issue is that these guys are already superfractored. Trout, Schneider, and Jeter are already superfractored. So there's no point in me continuing on with their grind. But there's not too many other New Jersey players that I could throw in. I mean, I could throw Teal into center or anywhere in the outfield. Well, yeah, I could throw him into center and throw Stevenson into catcher. I could do that. But that's about the only change that I could make that would benefit or that would make the most sense. So I'll go ahead and do that. And yes, Stevenson is from New Jersey. You can see right there, he was born in New Jersey. So, but that still leaves me the problem of what do I do about shortstop and second base? Well, I thought about this, and I said, you know what? I'm still grinding. I'm still trying to grind Bo Bichette and Marcus Semien for my 2026 Mets lineup. So why don't I throw them in? And that's exactly what I'm going to do here. What's up, Poopin? I'm doing good. How are you? Where is Bo? Oh, wait. Bo's second base, isn't he? So wait, was he third? Well, originally I was going to tell you Berkeley. Oh, well, still that still hurts. Having a badly bruised, uh, having a badly bruised wrist, but hey, at least it's just bruised and not broken. Because broken would make it very difficult for you to start your new job. Doing all right. Not ready for my night Zoom class tonight. Well, hopefully you could get ready. The Mets signed a former Dodgers catcher. Who'd they sign? Austin Barnes? Yeah, there you go. I have too many catchers on here anyway, so sorry, Mike Ford. Although I'll have to remember him. Just a minor league deal? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Well, at least the good news is it's not. So you just gotta let it heal, and then you'll be okay. But what happened? Like, why? How did your wrist become all bruised? Mm. And they wanted you to come in to work for. They wanted you to come in to work. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, Craig Kimbrell, I knew about. I knew about Craig Kimbrell. That was a signing that was earlier this week. And they didn't say what's wrong, what happened, are you okay? Wow. I could see why you're eager to leave. Sad. Real sad. I honestly, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for wanting to leave. Yeah, that would definitely tick me off as well. All right, I think I've got this lineup pretty much where I want it. Got Marcus Semi. I know it's weird to have him lead off, but I mean, nobody else really has the speed that he does. Jason Hayward does, but I mean, we're not stealing bases here anyway. So that's my lineup for. Um, this is my lineup for the Met or all New Jersey squad plus a couple Mets thrown in. I did want to throw in Luis Robert Jr., but if I can actually keep Teal in and throw in Stevenson as well, then I think I should go ahead and do this. So I'm good with this. I'm good with this for now. I'll worry about Robert later. Mm. You gotta be careful with those half days, though, because sometimes employers will still count it as a full day. Well, I'm glad that you're okay. Ah.
Hey! 0-1. Ball, that's just out. That's a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3.
Strike three, sit down. I mean, at least my employer was willing to put me up in a hotel or reimburse me for a hotel room in order to work out last weekend.
1-1.
Although with this nor'easter coming, they're not making the same exception. Not that I would want it. I mean, we're talking
One
about a
ball,
few
two
inches,
strikes.
which is not that big of a deal to me, honestly.
Aye.
Strike 3, sit down. But still, it's going to be snowing by the time I leave work, so
0-1's the
I'm going to
count.
have to deal with it.
0-2's the count. Ball.
I think they're calling for like 3 to 5 inches, at least in my area. They're calling for 3 to 5 inches. I mean, the worst of it is probably going to be the wind. That's probably going to be the worst of it.
Aye.
No, I live in, well, I mean, no, I don't live along the coast.
Leading off for the Wolves, the second baseman.
No, I live in northeastern New Jersey. You had to go to your orthodontist today? Why'd you have to go to your orthodontist? No, I know it's supposed to snow on Sunday. That's what we're talking about right now. We're just debating about how much snow we're supposed to get. What's the purpose of this field? To build a lot of parallel XP. You basically contact swing, and you can get home runs, and you keep getting home runs. You know, that's right now. It's like, well, normally it's 35 XP for a home run plus 5 for an at bat. And I think another 5 for RBI. So you're talking 45 right there, 40, 45. And you double it because it's double parallel XP. Then you get 80 to 90 parallel XP per at bat. As long as you... What am I trying to unlock? I'm trying to get my...
1-0.
I'm trying to get these players superfractored. That's what I'm trying to do. You don't get anything if it's unlocked. You just get plus 5 attribute boost to every category for each player. So you get the best version of their cards, basically. We'll see, SB Champ. The nor'easter could always change.
Number 61, Mike Vassell.
Sometimes you don't always hit home runs like there. Even though I hit the wall, it bounced back and the game thought it was still in play. So, didn't get a home run there with Kyle Teal. This was just a stadium that someone created to take advantage of, I guess, a glitch within MLB The Show's system. And basically, this is just the quickest way to get your card superfractored if you want to.
Ball, that's in.
Just to be clear, once I get them superfractored, that's it. I don't I don't intend on going online with this lineup once I'm done with them. I mean, for God's sakes, you're...
Hey. 0-1.
Well, I, for one, would have liked to have seen this stadium return, but it's not going to happen. So, because I thought this was the quickest way to get programs done. Programs and parallel XP.
Hey.
Right. So, what I was trying to say before I lost my trail of thought was, for God's sakes, I have Matt Tice as my first baseman. Matt Tice. All because he's from New Jersey. That's the only reason he's in this lineup. Otherwise, I would probably never even think about using him.
Ball, that's out.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I wanted. Yeah, I thought about that, and what I wanted to do was I wanted to build a Diamond Dynasty team based on the skit Who's on First by Abbott and Costello. And I wanted to do that in MLB The Show 21, but I never got around to it.
Number 30, Tyler Gilbert.
I thought it would always be fun to do it, but then they took it out, so... I mean, if you want it back, you could always go back and play MLB The Show 21. I think that was the last year that they had it. Hold on. When was the last year that MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty had custom players in Diamond Dynasty?
Okay, I found this on the web for when was the last year that MLB The Show.
This was from 2 years ago. Yeah, it's just really too bad. Like I said, I would have done a whole team based on the skit Who's on First from Abbott and Costello. If I had the opportunity to do that, I think it would have been fun. Oh, MLB The Show 22? Oh, I thought it was last in 21. But yeah, with Matt Tice on this team, I'm not taking this team online. This is purely just content based. That's all this is. Just get cards superfractored and let's have some fun.
Now pitching for the White Sox. Number 55, Frazier Eller.
Ball one. Ball one, no strike.
Excuse me. Justin Turner? I don't think that would be a good idea at this point. I think if anything, they should be signing one more pitcher. Or bolstering up their bullpen. Because right now, the way I see it, they don't have much outside of Luke Weaver and Devin Williams. And in this day and age, you can't expect your starters to go 7, 8, or 9 innings anymore. So if I were the Mets, I'd be trying to focus on bolstering the bullpen. Well, let's put it this way. The Mets, I would say they saved their offseason. Okay? Because after Diaz and Alonso left, it was looking pretty bleak. It was almost looking like the Mets were lucky if they got to 75 wins. Now, according to Zips, they're supposed to get 89 wins, which is good enough for second behind the NL East. Of course, projections, those are just projections, but... And I think 89 is a little high. I wouldn't even... I would say 85. I think 85 is a pretty good number. I think that's at the high end. At the low end, they're 100. They're a 500 team. So they, I think they could win 81 games. Don't know if it's going to be good enough for the playoffs, but we have to wait and see. Because for me right now, when I look at this rotation, the three guys that are solidified in it are Freddie Peralta, Nolan McLean, and David Peterson. I think those are the three that are solidly locked in. You know, you can make a case for Kodai Senga or Sean Manaea being in the fourth spot. I would think that Clay Holmes, if he can, you know, if he can improve from last year, then he might be a fifth starter. Plus, you have Jonah Tong down in the minors. You have him down there. They better extend Freddie. Well, we'll have to see what happens with that. I'm sure the Mets would love to get an extension done this year. But I think Freddie also wants to bet on himself. After all, he's coming off of a fantastic year. 17-6 on the ERA at 2.7. You know, good enough for fifth in Cy Young voting. I don't think it's crazy to think that. After all, his name was mentioned a lot with the Mets, especially since David Stearns has that connection to Milwaukee. He's the one that traded for Freddie with the Brewer, or to get him to be a Brewer. So it wasn't too crazy to think that Stearns was going to go out and try to get him again. And I mean, the Tigers were asking a lot for Skubal. I don't know if you guys saw what the asking price was, but to me, I think I heard there were like, they wanted 3 or 4 of the Mets' top prospects. So you add Brendan Sproat and Jet Williams to it, probably Jonah Tong.
Round rule double.
Why should we give up? But why did we give up Sprout? Or Sprout? Okay, I'll hold off. Oh, hold on. I just realized that this this title is not complete. There we go. Much better.
Aye. 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball, that's out.
Strike 3, sit down.
Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 24, Michael A. Taylor.
Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah. Aye. 2. Aye.
Strike 3, sit down.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Strike 3, sit down.
Now pitching for Chicago, number 60, Ryan Hudson.
1-0.
Okay, so you were asking why did we give up Sprout? That's what they were asking for. They wanted Sprout and Williams, and the Mets honestly said we need a little bit more in the Peralta trade, we want a little bit more than Peralta to be able to complete the trade, and Tobias Myers was the one that ultimately got it across the line.
Ball 1.
So I just would like to point that out, that Tobias Myers, because they didn't want Clay Holmes. And I don't blame them. That's a guy that David Stearns is trying to turn into a starting pitcher. And, you know, he had his moments last year, but how old is Clay Holmes? How old is Clay Holmes? 32 years old. So he's not that, he's on the wrong side of 30 to be learning to be a starting pitcher. But Milwaukee didn't want him.
Ball 1.
I mean, Freddie Peralta is a pretty good pitcher, as evidenced by the fact they finished 5th in Cy Young voting last year. So they wanted So they wanted a little bit more. They wanted younger prospects. Not someone like Clay Holmes. I'm not saying it's bad.
That's ball 2.
I'm just saying they didn't want him. They wanted younger. You know, that's kind of how these deals work. You want a quality player like someone like Freddie Peralta, well, you're going to have to give up some prospects. And, you know, for the Mets, it was a high asking price. I don't think any Mets fan denies that. Brendan Sproat, a guy that, you know, it probably would have started the year in the minors, but could have came up eventually to the majors. Jet Williams, who is one of the Mets' top prospects, also potentially looking at a call-up this year. I mean, the Mets don't have much of a bullpen right now. They have Luke Weaver and Devin Williams, but you can't throw them out there every single day. So the Dodgers bullpen right now is much more solid than the Mets are. And if that's what it ultimately comes down to in the playoffs, I mean, we're talking 162 games. These guys are going to be gassed. What up, Bubbles? So, I mean, the Dodgers have Diaz, they have Tucker.
Number 31.
And this is a team that is coming off of back-to-back World Series. So this is a really good team, and just got even better with some of the additions that were made, which is very scary to think. All right, Bubbles.
Timeout. Ground rule double. 2 bases, everybody.
I mean, nothing indicated to me, or I haven't heard any stories about
1-0.
Kyle Tucker cheating. Where did you hear a story that he's a cheater? He just took the best money offer for him, which, you know, I don't blame him. That doesn't make him a cheater. Just means that he wants his value, and he got it. I think people are just upset that the Dodgers continue to build a team like they're building, and it seems like they're buying their way to a World Series. And believe me, I'm one that for a long time I criticized what the Yankees, because this is what the Yankees did in the 90s and 2000s. They just bought whatever player they wanted. But players aren't going to go for that, Hoopin, because then that means they can't earn as much. And guys like Soto, Tucker, Ohtani, they're going to get hundreds of millions of dollars. And if there's a salary cap, then no one may be able to earn that much anymore. So the players aren't going to go for that. That's why I believe we're heading towards a lockout. Yep.
Hey.
Now pitching for the White Sox, number 49, Jordan Leisure.
Hey! 0-1.
Well, Ohtani, the Dodgers did whatever they could to get Ohtani. They got him. And they have him in the contract that they have him in, so... I mean... It's ingenious, really. No one said that deferrals were illegal in baseball. I mean, deferrals have always been part of baseball. As a Mets fan, I can attest to that because we're still paying off Bobby Bonilla right now. No, don't worry about it. It's part of baseball. This is part of the discussion that is going to have to be had when the owners and players decide to negotiate on the next collective bargaining agreement after this season. This is a discussion that everyone's going to be having. You know, that's what happened. Ohtani's contract changed baseball. And now this is an issue that the Players Association and the owners are going to have to discuss. Now, I personally am not a fan of Ohtani's contract, but at the same time, I think there are owners within the MLB who refuse to put money back into their team and actually make a serious run. I mean, the Phillies they just spent for Schwarber, and they spent for Harper and for Trey Turner a few years ago. You know, Yankees spend, the Mets spend, the Dodgers spend, the Padres, even though I don't think it really worked out for them, you know, they spend to get Manny Machado. So you have teams who can spend. You just also have owners who I think are crying and are oblivious to the fact that they could be a winning team if they put forward the money, but they don't want to. I personally think they just want to keep pocketing it and keep raising their net worth, which I think is a shame because baseball fans should not be subjected to that. At the end of the day, we cheer for our favorite team because, well, for a variety of reasons, but we expect our investors. Do I know why? I mean, some owners are just greedy. Some owners don't care about winning. I was looking over some stats, and the Mets payroll was what was it for 2024? They made over $400 million, which is what they paid. Or not? I'm sorry. In 2024, they made over $440 million. They spent over $400 million in the payroll plus luxury tax for this past season. Hello. Let me see here. CCVVBBNNNT. Can I call you CC? Shams lists 4 teams leading the charge in the Giannis sweepstakes. You're okay. Who are those 4 teams then? I think, did I hear, are one of them the Knicks? Because I live around the New York City area, and I know there have been ties between the Knicks and Giannis. So are the Knicks one of them?
0-1.
Sure. Sure. I mean, I personally prefer baseball, but basketball is fine. I don't know too much about the NBA. I don't really follow it. Okay, so what are the four teams then? If it's not do you know who the four teams are?
Ball. Counts 1-0.
The Cavs, okay. Oh, you don't. Okay. Miami. See, I don't think that I don't really see I could understand wanting the Cavs, or the Cavs might be part of it, but to me, considering that's a division team and that the Bucks would have to see Giannis multiple times a year, I don't see Giannis in a Cavs uniform. Miami actually makes a lot of sense, I mean, they definitely, I feel like they would be a better destination for Giannis than Cleveland would be, or a more likely destination for Giannis than Cleveland. I don't think my Nets are part of it.
1-0.
I don't know which Michael Jordan interview you're referring to. Wait, so why did you bring it up if you weren't even sure which interview you're talking about?
1-1. Ball, that's in.
All right, CC. So I can tell that you're an NBA guy or an NBA person. Do you have a favorite NBA team? But I said that you're an NBA person, so Okay, so if you're not an NBA, you mentioned MLB. Okay, do you have a favorite MLB team then? Celtics, Red Sox. Oh boy. So I assume that you live in or you live in New England or somewhere around the Boston area. Gotcha. Okay. Well, then that makes a lot of sense. Although I live around the New York City area, so for me it's Mets, Jets, Nets, and Devils. More so Mets and Jets than Devils and Nets. Not the NBA or the NHL. Okay, well, cool. I will say though, when we lost Jack Hughes, our team took quite a dip, and I think his brother just went on the IL, so we're without him for a while. I went to a game earlier this year between the Devils and Islanders, which was crazy because this was the game where they were down 2-1 and score. This was at the Prudential Center, and they scored with like 5 seconds left to go in the third period and went to overtime, but they lost it there. So. Oh yeah. I saw the recent trade, Anya Pavlot or something like that. Onesh, you have to forgive me. I don't know how to pronounce some of the names of these players. And ironically, that was with the Islanders. All right, I think I'll stop it there because I'm getting pretty close to 100 runs, so I'm just going to quit right there. Semyon gets up to tier 3. Bodine is at tier 4. Bichette is at tier 3. Butler tier 4. Fisher tier 4. Stevenson tier 1. Hayward tier 4. Teal tier 4. So, a lot of progress made. Unfortunately, Matt Tice did not make it. He came also close. Yeah, that's who I meant. Yeah. I think 1,000 is about the most that I could get. So, you know what? I think I may follow who's Dodgers advice from yesterday. He was suggesting that I should buy some of the players that I don't have, like Kobe Mayo here. I mean, why not? I need to get my stub count down. Hold on, I got a text message. Let's get it down to around 4 million and then go from there. Well, obviously I can't earn the 1,000 rating guys, so those guys I'm going to have to skip. This is probably going to put me under 4 million, but that's fine. All right, I think I'll stop there. And then I'll build my sub count back up. All right, let's get back to this. So next up will be the Rockies. I mean, truth be told, I don't really see the Devils making it to the playoffs this year, but I guess I could be surprised. An NHL season is pretty long. So, no, I understand, and I will eventually. I will eventually spend all my subs because I'm not gonna play MLB The Show 25 again. The only thing that I could think to do is to try to get some of the remaining trophies that I haven't gotten yet. Because I pride myself on having a perfect, on getting all the trophies in MLB The Show since 23. And the only one that I really skipped over was 22. Even 21, I managed to get all the trophies. Though that I had to go back and get. You have 2.2 million on your main account? Yeah, see, this is a problem we should have at the beginning of the year. If we had it at the beginning of the year, we would have collections done so quickly, it's not even funny. Then guys like Trout or guys like Judge and Ohtani, they wouldn't be so expensive.
0-2. No, inside.
Geez, you got done that quickly in your... Jesus Christ, dude. Strike 3, sit down.
1's the count.
I understand. You know, it's just, wow. Okay. That's a lot to grind. I mean, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it at the end of the year. The only problem is you get it done so quickly that you're like, you think this would take you months and months and months. And it really doesn't. It only just takes you weeks. Fair. Bye-bye, spammer.
Batting seventh, the right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Nah, I just take care of it myself. I mean, it happens once a stream. It's not a nuisance. It's just more of like, really?
Now pitching for the Rockies, number 66, Contreras.
Hey. 0-1. Ball 1.
Now batting number 17.
Well, I can make you a VIP if you want to be that. You're in here consistently. Let me see. How do I do that one more again? I did it before. Oh, I think I have to go to my creator dashboard and do it from there. I'll tell you what, let me do it after this stream, and then I'll get it all squared away.
Time out. That ball bounced over. Ground roll double.
All right, thanks.
Now pitching for Colorado, number 58, Lucas Gilbert.
1, no strike.
Nice.
For the Rockies, number 57, Angel Chivile.
My sisters are sharing baby pictures. Sure, they're cute now. But they're only cute because they can't talk back. Once they start talking back, it becomes less cute.
Now pitching for the Rockies, number 38, Victor Vodnik.
1-0. I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's see. Anything interesting going on social media? SMY released their broadcast schedule for the 2026 spring training.
Leading off for the Rockies, the left fielder, Jordan Beck.
Yeah! All 1's the count. Hey!
Not really that interesting for that. Let's see.
Ball! That pitch is out.
Strike 3, sit down.
Hey! 0-1. Nope. That's inside.
Up here, here's a little bit of news. Strike 3, sit down. Jonathan confirmed he won't play for Canada in the World Baseball Classic. So, no Jonathan for Team Canada. Eh? uh, he'll be on it eventually. I think the Mets just don't want to risk his development for right now.
Hey.
Let's see if there's anything going on ESPN. Here we go. Let's see.
Leading off for New Jersey, the right fielder, Jason Hayward.
I don't know anything about college basketball.
We got a ground rule double. 2 bases.
Crystal Dunn from U.S. Women's Soccer announces retirement. Oh, I guess here we go. They have a ranking for the top farm systems. Here we go. This actually is relevant. Let's see. Top one is the Milwaukee Brewers with 8 total top 100 prospects. You know, some that they picked up, a couple they picked up from the Mets. Second is the Cleveland Guardians with 7 top 100 prospects. Third, the Pittsburgh Pirates with 4 top 100 prospects. Fourth is the Los Angeles Dodgers with 5, and the Mets are 5th. The Mets recently traded 2 top 100 prospects for Freddie Peralta, and before that trade, they were the top system in baseball by about 10%. For reference, the 6 top 100 prospects the Mets had before Peralta alone would have represented the 8th ranked farm system, just 6 players. The point is here that this empirical system heavily values prospects who are high in the top 100 over dozens of lower-ranked prospects, and the Mets system is heavily skewed toward a handful of prospects who rank very high. There is also some depth in this system, with 5 players landing in the 101 to 200 tier, and nearly a 6 with right-handed pitcher Jack Wenninger just missing. Beyond that, the depth is solid but pretty ordinary, though that is also impacted by graduating a number of potential or already good big leaguers in the past few years, such as Christian Scott, Brett Beatty, Francisco Alvarez, Mark Vientos, Luis Angel Acuna, and Ronnie Mauricio. So how about that? The Mets, the 5th best system in the or the 5th best farm system in the MLB, according to ESPN. That's pretty cool. Just makes you wonder, like, keeping Sproat and Williams, ESPN even said it. They were the top farm system. But it does allude to the fact that a lot of that has to do with the fact that they had a lot of top 100 tier prospects. So, okay, see you tomorrow, SB Champ. Thanks for sticking around. Well, I think what it says more about the Mets is the fact that they have the prospects that if they want to make trades for quality players, they can. That's the other way to view it. Yes, they have a lot of potential prospect or a lot of good prospects coming up, but they also have the flexibility to be able to trade those prospects if they want established stars in the MLB right now. That's the other way to look at it. I mean, you couldn't bring up Jet Williams with Francisco Lindor at shortstop. And I think the whole Luis Robert trade just kind of made it clear that Williams just had no place on the Mets. The way I see it, you take it year by year. You know, whatever gets you close to a World Series or gets you to the World Series, that's what you need in order to get there.
Off the plate, ball one.
Yeah, it's like the Dodgers lineup is so stacked right now that the Dodgers probably don't even, like, yeah, I'm sure they want to hold on to their prospects, but the problem is you can't keep them down in the minors forever. So some of those guys, the Dodgers may have to look at and say, we can't keep them, and we're only stunting their growth by keeping them, so let's trade them away for some quality players at the MLB level right now.
Ball one. Counts 1-0.
Ugh. Well, the Tigers were asking a very high price for Skubal, so maybe the Dodgers wouldn't mind that. But I think it's also going to take a quality pitcher already at the MLB level for it. So, no, I know they have it, but you know, that's also a big risk. I was thinking more along the lines of, like, maybe Tyler Glasnow might get it done, along with a few prospects. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the talks were, if there were any talks between the Tigers and Dodgers for Skubal.
Ball one, no strike.
Ugh. I just can tell you that the asking price was pretty high for both the Mets and Yankees when they checked in on Skubal, so maybe the Dodgers, it's not that big of a deal, but
1-0.
for the Mets and Yankees, it clearly was a big deal. Honestly, I'm not even sure if the Tigers want to trade Skubal. At least not now. They don't want to trade him. Maybe as we get closer to the trade deadline, maybe they'll want to trade him, but it also depends on where they are in terms of their that's what the
Ground rule double.
that's what the Tigers wanted for Skubal.
Counts 1-0.
Roki Sasaki would be a big one to give up. And plus, you're also hoping for the fact that Skubal's gonna have good chemistry with everyone. He may not adjust well to LA and may end up, that's always the risk that you take whenever you trade for a player like Skubal, is that you pay this hefty price and yet Skubal doesn't work out. I mean, I feel like he would work out. I don't have any indication to think that Skubal wouldn't work out with the Dodgers, but I'm just saying that's always a risk there. I mean, just like it's a risk that Freddie Peralta may not get along with some players on the Mets. I guess we'll have to see. I can only hope that Peralta, Robert, and Bichette all like New York. Oh, and Jorge Polanco, too. And Devin Williams, we know he's been in New York already. And we know that for Luke Weaver as well.
That's a ball. Ball 1, no strike.
Excuse me.
Ball 1.
We'll just have to wait and see. Only less than a month away until pitchers and catchers report, and then the rest of the team. Not to mention, we're going to have the World Baseball Classic too.
Number 44, Jimmy Turner.
Ball. 1-1.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, Hoopin. Although, don't you have to worry about your Zoom class tonight? I just don't want you to miss out on that, because it sounds like it's important. Oh, shoot. Okay. Alright. As long as you're not worried about it, then I'm not going to worry about it either. There's only so much I can really talk about. I was pretty stoked. I mean, when I saw what it took to get him, I was like, I definitely had a grimace, no doubt. But overall, I knew that there was no place for Williams. Once we had Robert, there was just no place to put him. And Sproat, I mean, I liked Sproat, but out of between him, Nolan McLean, and Jonah Tong, he was the worst. That's not to say he was terrible. That's just to say that I thought Jonah Tong and Nolan McLean are far better than Sproat is. I mean, the other thing too that I forgot to mention, you know, we're getting back Christian Scott this year. Now, I don't know how he's going to play, but Christian Scott was a top pitching prospect for the Mets at one point. Unfortunately, he got hurt, so he missed all of last year. But, yeah, ultimately, I don't see this as a trade that either team is going to lose. I feel like it's a win-win trade. All right? The Brewers are getting quality prospects, no doubt guys that could probably end up in the majors at some point this season. Sproat more likely than Williams, but still, both of them have the potential to be in the majors this year. And the Mets get a quality pitcher in Freddie Peralta, not to mention a guy in Tobias Myers who could really do some good for the who's going to do some good for the Mets, whether that be as the fifth starter or out of the bullpen. Yeah, again, look, I am not saying, by saying that Sproat was the worst between him, Tong, and McLean, that's not me saying that Sproat was terrible.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I just want to make that clear. He's still I think he was still going to be a good pitcher. All right, it's just, I guess that means that I have higher expectations for McLean and Tong. No, I understand. I'm just trying to clarify, make sure that people understand what it is that I'm saying. Because someone could misconstrue it and be like, oh, you're saying Brendan Sproat sucks. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I just have higher expectations for McLean and Tong. And so far, McLean is living up to it.
0-2 is the count.
And Tong, like he had his moments last year. I think if he were to, I really do think that the Mets fast tracked him a lot more than they should have.
Yeah.
They probably should have just waited. I get it. They were trying to make a push towards the postseason, but that's a lot of pressure to put on
1 ball, 2 strikes.
a guy like Tong.
Ball 2.
That's a lot of pressure, and it just didn't work out. Not to Tong's fault. I mean, I could argue that really the downfall of the Mets was that they didn't come through when they needed to at the end of the year. Strike 3, sit down.
Now batting, right fielder Mickey Moniak.
Hey!
Well, uh-oh. Think I broke the game. Yep, I broke the game. It's broken. This is the problem this is the risk that you take by having, by playing at this stadium. So, oh wait, did we fix it? Ah, we fixed it! Alright, so we're not broke. We're not broken. Alright, I was spared by the MLB The Show gods. Maybe? Okay. I'll be honest, maybe I do want to stop. Oh no. Maybe I just needed to get the Jason Hayward off the base.
Hey! All one's the count.
Ooh, excuse me. I didn't need to pray. I just had to give the game time to be able to fix itself. Although I feel like I'm kind of pushing my luck here.
Bounced over. 2 bases.
Valentine's Day.
Ball, that's in.
Oh, heart candies. Oh. Yeah, I know the type, and I'm not a big fan of those. I mean, it's basically like I'm chewing or I'm biting down on a tongue or a Tums.
Oh, and 1.
See, I can't have the Swedish fish because I'm afraid that the licorice is gonna get, or not the licorice, the pieces are gonna get stuck in between my teeth, and it's not very good. So I just try to stay away from that candy, as well as the Butterfinger candy. I can't have Butterfinger.
Timeout. Ground rule double.
Sure. If you only want it for 3 innings, which will probably be the next game that I play, because this is probably gonna be the last time
Ball one,
I
no
go
strikes.
through this lineup. So once I'm done with this, then
2 balls, no strikes.
I'm gonna restart.
Ball. That's inside.
I think. Yeah, it's usually like $70, but plus tax, you're looking at more like 75 if you want to get technical. It's a lot of money.
Ball.
It's a lot of money. Well, lucky you. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I feel like it's a little too early to judge MLB The Show 26. I mean, there's a lot of potential, so... Especially the first full month, or the first month of release. There's going to be a lot of content.
Counts 1-0.
I mean, we're going to have the World Baseball Classic, like I mentioned. We're also going to have New Threads. If New Threads is making a return, you know, that's going to be a lot of fun to get into the, or that's going to be a lot of fun to grind. Oh, wait, I meant, shoot. Well, Semien gets one more at bat, although, truth be told, I don't think it's going to matter much. We'll see. Zach Gallen gets up to tier 3, Stevenson up to tier 2, Tice is at 4, and that's it. Semien is actually really close to being tier 4 the next game. Who's the closest to being superfractored? Looks like it could be Teal. Oh no, Caden. Caden Bodine is the closest. So you really want to hear this southern accent? You know, it's been a while since I've done it. It's been a long, long time. But I do want to take a little bit of a break, just a little bit. Make sure I don't have any vouchers. I didn't think so. Oh, here. I meant to exchange players. All right. It's your funeral. No, I can't. I can't. Obviously, he ain't gonna die from here and me and my son accent. I don't know which part of something I'm going for, but I like to think it's about I got compliments about my southern accent. In fact, I ran it by my friend who also is a streamer down in Alabama, and he said it sounded about right. Yes, sir. That's why I'm surprised that not a lot of people redeemed it. I think it's pretty good. But, that's just me. And for the record, I hope no one is offended by my southern accent. I don't do it to make fun of southerners. It's not my intention or anything like that. All my intention is to show off that I can do a southern accent. This is what years and years and years of watching NASCAR has done to me. I helped me to hear all them Southern boys driving around making left turns. Basically, hearing them talk like this for days on end. I mean, that's just where I picked it up. It took a lot of practice, though. Took a lot of practice. I ain't gonna lie. So let's get these redeeming these rewards here. Get them all squared away. Get some gold packs so I can get some more stubs. Be able to buy some more players. Yes, I actually been there. We have them down in South Jersey, where my family, my mom's side of family, or my mom's side of the family, they live down there. In fact, I just went down there last year celebrate my aunt's birthday, but they don't talk like this. They don't talk like that. Okay, just so we're clear on that. They don't talk like this. But yes, we've been to Texas Roadhouse. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's my aunt's favorite restaurant. The only problem is it takes a lot of money, or quite a bit of money. It's not really something that she could do every day. She'll say, yeehaw! Yeehaw! Like that. You want a yeehaw? I also listen to country music, although I haven't listened to it for quite a while. John, yeah, it good. It's a good genre. I think a lot of people poo-poo it because they feel like it paints a picture about women, but quite frankly, there's a lot of female country music stars, and I ain't talking about Taylor Swift. I mean, I'm talking about Carrie Underwood. I'm talking about Reba McEntire. I'm talking about what's her name? Maddie and Tay. I appreciate that. YK, how you doing? I don't have a Discord. I haven't had Discord in a long time. Years actually. I haven't had a Discord since 21. So my Discord account is long gone. But I appreciate the follower. I'm gonna pull up right. Man, I don't have a Discord. I already said that. I don't have a Discord. Golly. 681 show packs? How the heck am I supposed to open all them? How the heck am I supposed to do that? This just insane. I gotta just rip them. That's all I gotta do. Alright, let's get into another game here. Let's see. Who can we pick on next? Nationals, maybe? Maybe Miami. Nah, let's go Washington. Feeling like something new.
And New Jersey.
Oh, gonna have to do this. Here we go. Alright, much better.
Ball that's outside. Hey! I got a ball, one strike. Hey!
Come on. Let me get this strikeout. Gotta do my strikeout call with the Southern accent.
Full count.
Dave Scalfini. Finally, whatever the hell your name is. You gotta throw the ball over the plate in order for it to be a strike. Nah, heck nah. Nah, Bubbles. Nah, I ain't do no online games. Strike three, stay down.
Batting second, the right fielder, number 30, Jacob Young.
Nah, I'm done with online. That stuff is done.
Batting third, the left fielder, number 29, James Wood.
What description?
Hey.
I told you, YK. There ain't no Discord.
Ball, that's out. Hey.
There ain't no command for it, and there ain't no Discord.
That's ball 2.
Nope. Haven't had a Discord since 21. Oh. Yeah, I haven't updated that in quite a while. You're right. You're right. I should update it. I'll update it when I get to my dashboard. Well, I appreciate that, Hopin.
That's a ball.
Country singer? Well, actually, I had a favorite group, and that was Florida Georgia Line. I loved like 5 or 6 of their songs.
Ball, that's outside.
So I still have them on my iTunes playlist. I just haven't been able to listen to them because I don't have earphones for them. I don't like them headphones, them things you put over your heads and over your ears. Oh, crap. I forgot that was a normal swing. Whoops. Well, that was gone anyway.
Ball 1. 1-0.
There we go. That's the contact swing right there. So many good old school country are, but your favorite short straight. I got friends in places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And I don't think okay. Yeah, I can't sing as good as Short Straight does, but I know who you're talking about. Personally, I also like his song Calling Baton Rouge. I think that's a song that is very underrated. But I know it's very popular in Louisiana. Gotta see how many. Oh, another one I like, the Zac Brown Band. You can kind of get a theme here. I prefer the mid-2000s kind of country music. That's my favorite. Actually, the best concert I ever went to was in 2022 when the Zac Brown Band was at Citi Field. I went there and I enjoyed every single moment. It was by far my favorite country music concert to visit. And boy, was it packed. It was packed. I couldn't believe it.
Ball, that's just
I also wanted to go see, what's his name? Post Malone. Post Malone. He was supposed to,
2-0.
he was performing at Citi Field last year, and I wanted to go to it for his big ass country tour, but I was going out to Michigan that week, so I couldn't really go to it. Such a shame. I think I would have had some fun. In fact,
Now batting,
his
number 44.
I like a couple of his country songs. He got I Had Some Help. He also got Someone Pour Me a Drink. And then Yeah for That. That's my personal favorite out of all of them.
Number 79.
But I like all of them.
Jackson Rutler.
Alan Jackson, yes sir. Yes sir. I actually Alan Jackson's song Remember When, not Remember When the World Stopped Turning. His song Remember When is the song that's on the montage for my grandfather, his wake montage. I actually have the DVD over here. So every time I hear that song, some tears come to my eyes because I just think of my grandfather, my grandpappy. Yeah, but I like a few of his songs.
Number 50.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's actually 5 o'clock right here, where I am. It's 5 o'clock. We're 4 minutes after 5. Close enough. It's happy hour. Unfortunately for me, I can't really enjoy happy hour. And I'm actually not a beer guy. I'm more of a cocktail guy.
Timeout. That hopped over. 2 bases.
But man, those cocktails are
We got a ground
pretty
rule double.
expensive.
2 bases.
They're very expensive. Excuse me.
Now pitching for the Nationals. Number 66. That's Rixey.
That's a ball.
I mean, I feel like you could go anywhere in the U.S. and a lot of them drinks are pretty expensive. Personally, I think that it's more of like a deterrent to keep people from drinking alcohol. I mean, if you want drinks, go to the liquor store, pick up some beer, and take it home. Don't know why you're drinking at a restaurant. I mean, it's definitely expensive to live here. Ain't gonna lie. Gas is much cheaper. I think any New York person would tell you, and I know because I had friends who lived in New York. They always told me that every time they were traveling through New Jersey, they always made sure to stop and get some gas before they left NJ. So that's probably what's less expensive in New Jersey
Number 4, Lauren
than it is in New York.
Butler.
But it's still pretty
That ball
expensive.
bounced over. Ground roll double.
Taxes and all that crap.
Ball. That's a ball. Counts 1-0.
Oh, let's see right here. Somebody's saying right here that there's some opt-outs for Craig Kimbrell in his contract if not added to the 40-man roster, and there are 3 opportunities. 5 days before opening day. The second one is on May 1st. And then the final opportunity is June 1st. That's what I'm seeing here. I don't know if it means much.
Now pitching for Washington. Number 99, Cole Henry.
Am I going to watch Super Bowl? Probably. It's a pretty big story, especially for news, so yeah, probably. But we ain't there yet. We ain't there. No, I work. I'll be working. I have no plans to take off.
Hey! 0-1. No balls, 2 strikes.
He swung at that? Jeez.
Aye!
Strike 3, say that.
Off the plate, ball 1. Aye! 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball inside.
Ah, crap.
0-1's the count.
Ouch. That probably hurt.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me as a Jets fan to enjoy this Super Bowl. Because on the one hand,
0-2 is the count.
you have the New England Patriots, who are our hated division rivals,
1 ball, 2 strikes.
and no doubt we have some concerns that this could be the start of another Patriots dynasty. But on the other hand, you look at Seattle, they have Sam Darnold, and if Sam Darnold wins it, then that's the ultimate slap in the face to
No
the
ball, 2
Jets.
strikes. Nope, that's inside.
Because it's like if they had been patient and built around Sam Darnold,
3.
then maybe he could have been something.
Leading off.
But he ain't
the
nothing. He ain't
baseman, number
he ain't
11.
anything. Or he's something now. So that being a big slap in the face to us Jets fans. It's like pretty much a lose-lose. Either we see the start of another freaking Patriots dynasty, or we see our former QB end up winning a Super Bowl.
Now batting, the right fielder.
I like to think that Woody Johnson's just very incompetent. I think he a dumb owner. He don't know what the heck he doing. Even the NFL Players Association will agree on that. They gave him a lower score than they did the Carolina Panthers owner. They gave him a straight up F. Woody Johnson, the only owner in the NFL who got an F from the Players Association. All this is to him is a moneymaker. Remember what I said earlier about owners in the MLB not really doing enough to invest back in the team? Woody Johnson is definitely one of them owners in the NFL. Just lining up his pocket instead of investing back in the team. So, I think as long as Woody Johnson is the owner of the Jets, I think they're going to constantly make bad decisions. I think they're going to constantly be bad. They're going to mess up a lot of prospects or a lot of college players who hope to play in the NFL. And I think they're going to... I'm going to die before I even see the Jets win another Super Bowl. At this point, I think I'm better off playing the lottery. Play the lottery and just win the jackpot as opposed to the freaking Jets winning the Super Bowl.
Now batting, number 44.
Just saying. All starts at the top. With Woody Johnson. He incompetent. His brother also incompetent too, Chris Johnson. What an idiot
Now
that guy
batting,
was.
right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Ugh.
0-1.
And I don't think they're going to be able to do a lot this year. I mean, heck, what QB is going to want to come home to the Jets and be like, I'm going to lose as many games as possible. Constantly be back. That's why I was shocked that Garrett Wilson actually wanted to stay in New York. There ain't much of a future here. All us Jets fans pinned our hopes on Mendoza. He ain't falling to the Jets. If he falls to the Jets, then they'll be a freaking miracle. I think they're trying for next year, for 2027. Because I think that's where Archie Manning is going to come in. But if he ain't anything like Eli, he going to just demand a trade.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Or he could be like Peyton and just refuse to be drafted by the Jets. Yes, sir, you did. It's all sports. Plus, I ain't got nothing else to talk about. No, Manning's in next year's draft. Possible. He may opt to stay at Texas and say forget the Jets. That was kind of the reference I was making with Peyton. Because Peyton did the same thing. He saw that the Jets were going to get the number 1 pick, and he wanted nothing to do with them in 1998. That's why he returned to Tennessee, and when he went number 1 overall to the Colts in 99, he got a better situation.
Count 1-0.
I think he could see the writing on the wall.
Now batting, number 17.
Well, definitely left a bad taste in Jets fans' mouths, that's for sure. Mine in particular. It's like, man, you that petty? You that petty about the Jets? And let's remember, at the end of the 90s and the early 2000s, the Jets were actually a very good football team. They were very good. Bill Parcells, the Jets had Curtis Martin, they had Santana Moss, John Abraham, they had Sean Ellis, they had Jonathan Vilma, they had a lot of good players. Chad Pennington was not a bad QB. But the Jets felt like they couldn't get anything out of him that they didn't already get. So they were not bad. They were not bad. They just went up against better teams. And then they've just been on a downhill spiral since 2011 or the 2011-2012 season. That's where real things went downhill. They ain't been the same since. Well, actually, they've been the same. It's just been bad result after bad result after bad result. Only silver lining was when the Jets had a decent record in 2015, I want to say it was. But Ryan Fitzpatrick absolutely prepped the bed in Buffalo. And all they needed was one more win. One more win. All they had to do was beat Buffalo. But apparently Fitzpatrick couldn't do that.
Ball 2. 2 balls, no strike.
Such a shame.
Hey, 2.
Oh, heck.
Ball, that's in. Hey! 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nope, outside.
Oh, heck. Oh, heck. I didn't know I could do that. Oh, that's awesome. Guess I found something else about LaGrossa that I didn't know before. See if I can do it again. Yes, sir, I did it again. That's awesome.
Hey! All 1's the count.
Strike 3, sit down.
Ah! 0-1.
I think I'm gonna go twice more through this lineup. Think that would be a good way to kind of round this out. He hit the home runs. Holy heck.
Ball one, no strike.
Real nice.
One ball, one strike. Counts 1-0.
Dang.
Now batting, number 17. Now batting, number 11.
Yeah, I'm also kind of surprised that nobody has signed
1-0.
Framber Valdez. I understand he crossed up his catcher on purpose. I get that. I really do. All right, well, that's the end of the
Luis
Southern
Garcia.
accent. So, sorry. But it was only requested for 3 innings, so had to end there.
Ball, that's inside. Aye! Ah! 0-1's the count. Ah! No balls, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, sit down.
0-2. Ball. Nope, that's a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I got 3-2.
Strike 3, sit down.
Leading off for New Jersey, the catcher, number 44.
Ball 1.
Let's see. I could go through the lineup one more time. Yeah, in fact, I may do that. That'll put me at 99 runs. That should be good enough. Oh, okay, not going to be 99 runs.
Now that
Got it.
The second baseman, Marcus
Got it.
Semien.
Oh shoot, I forgot about the backyard sports special that's on YouTube. I'm gonna have to watch that at some point. But obviously I'm not gonna watch it now. I got too much stuff to do. I gotta go to the laundromat and drop off my dry cleaning. And I gotta do the daily missions for Madden and for NHL. By the time it's all said and done, gotta get ready for work. Alrighty. Marcus Semien is tier 4, as is Bo Bichette. Luke Stevenson is tier 3. And we have the rewind reward, so we gotta do that. Nice, an Ultra Choice pack. I could get the Finest card again. For the Finest packs, and I'll be able to, get, more stubs. Let's see, so... Bodine is still the closest, considering he's at 1050. Or, I'm sorry, he's at 2497 out of 4,000. And then behind him is Kyle Teal at 2289. And then you have Lawrence Butler, then you have Jason Hayward, Andrew Fisher, and Matt Tice. So we'll go ahead and select Finest. It's base round. Okay, who's the most expensive? 64, 4444, 65, 700 for Jesus. Oh, wow. Matthew Boyd, 71. Holy crap. That is Matthew Boyd. Okay, 71, 500. 71,000. 71,000. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go Boyd. And we'll sell him for 71,551. We'll see how that, see when that sells. Hopefully soon. All right. Let's see. Guess I'll exchange some bronzes. Okay. There we go. So page 8. All right, page 11 now. Okay. Page 12. Now we're getting into the ones that make it quicker. I just like to get the ones that take a lot longer because getting them out of the way, helps. Team. Ah, dang it. Okay. Page 15 now. Page 16. Yeah, see, now we're getting into these cards, the higher value ones. Not to mention I have all the commons I gotta do too. Gotta do the commons. Nice. Okay. Going. Right, that's about all I can do for now. So let's go ahead and open up those silvers. And then we'll exchange those silvers for golds. And then those golds will be quick sold. Okay. Alright, let's exchange the silvers now. It's not going to be as much this time, so... But at least I was able to get rid of all of them and not have anything left over, so... Let's see. Alright, cool. Let's see. I really don't want to do any more exchanges. I feel like I've already done enough of them as it is. Let's see. Next week. Next week can't come soon enough, that's all I'll say. Actually, maybe there's, like, some cards that I can buy while waiting here that won't put me... It won't put me under 400K. Or 4 million. Excuse me. Do George Springer. Why not? It's only selling for 15K. You know what, guys? I think that's going to be a good place for me to sign off here. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. Even if it was only for a moment, I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you liked the video and subscribe to my channel. Excuse me. And if you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on X at TTVNextJGGen24. It's my gamer tag that's on the left side of your screen there. So go give me a follow. I'll usually post whenever I go live. You can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start a stream. So overall, this was good. I mean, you look at this, and there are a lot of guys who could easily be superfractored next stream, which is tomorrow. So there's a lot of potential here. Stevenson will take a little while, but I'm okay. I'm willing to be patient with him. But everyone else, I wouldn't be surprised if next stream tomorrow we get some superfractors. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So I hope to see you all tomorrow, Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And until then, guys, have a good night.